Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, Treasure Map versus Alvaro PIZARO and the 5+ of Kuzan is here. And in today's video, we're diving into the New World League with the no new batch teams for you guys to take down both the boss and the intrusion fight for Kuzan and PIZARO. Now, I will run through my mini-boss fight teams. These are pretty much going to stay the same for me. I might change some subs here and there just to sort of build up some points for characters that I am not using. I actually managed to pick up Coby today. I just had a heat check, did a couple multis on part 3. Went to the recommended step, picked him up. So, if you guys want to see more videos tomorrow with the boosted units and the different comps that I put together in the boosted video, let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, belt the like button for me, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Because if there is enough love down there, I will sort of put out those videos. Look, I might still put them out anyway, where we do like just Garp, just Kuzan, just Coby, and then like a combination of Garp, Kuzan, Garp, Coby, Kuzan, and Coby. I think that's right. But diving into the intrusion fight first. Now, I did have 2 particular teams for this particular fight. Now, this particular team you guys voted to see because it does not use the Giants friend captain. The other team that I did put together for this looks a little bit like, where is it? Looks a little bit like this Kuzan fight that you see here. That's the other team that I put together. I believe it has a little bit more points. It does use some heftier supports, but that was the other team I put together. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But a lot of you guys said that you wanted to see the no Giants build. So this is the no Giants build. We're going to go with this first. We'll we might like at the end of the video dive back into the intrusion and then show off the other team if you guys do have the Giants. Because if you have the Giants, like it just makes that second stage so much easier. Like it's very, very annoying. We'll talk about it once we get there. But it's very, very annoying the fact that there is 7 turns of special bind and Coby literally only gives you enough for what's it called? For 6 turns. So we are going to use a Coby friend captain. Look, using Coby friend captains in Treasure Map obviously is a must for the Kuzan and the PIZARO fight. I understand if you guys can't find Coby, but at the end of the day, like it's going to be a real struggle with this type of content moving forward in the New World League if you can't find these particular friend captains. So, Carrot 1 is our leader. That's the team, those supports. Let's dive on in. Now, if you don't have that chopper support, you can use support Rare Recruit Vivi. That is another very good option that you can slap onto Nami and Karina. The Garp support is essential for Special Bind. Plus, we are using a level 12 ship that can remove 1 turn of bind. That is also very, very important. It does not have to be this ship that I'm using. I'm using the Grantosaurus ship, gets around 1 turn of bind, 1 turn of attack down. As long as you are removing 1 turn of bind, you're going to be absolutely hunky-dory. Like, it's going to be a-okay. Now, on turn 1, you can sort of just bypass it. Now, I am starting as Karina because I do want to swap on turn 2 to get the base stats and the G-slots. On turn 2, I don't really know what's coming in terms of the typing, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Okay, so we do have type advantage with our Psy characters, which is very, very good. So, on stage 2, we are going to... Is Luffy an attack booster or an orb booster? Or a color affinity booster? So he does become a color affinity booster. That's kind of fun. Is it for Free Spirit and Fighters, or is it just, like, for everyone? Okay, so it's only for Quick and Free Spirit characters. That's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying indeed. So... let's, we're going to basically burst with Carrot Wonder anyway, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So, let's switch with Carrot Wonder, give themselves an attack boost. We can then use Luffy, who gives us a nice Chonkus heal. He also gives us some Rainbow Orbs, which is really, really nice. That's going to give us a bigger multiplier for the Grantosaurus ship too, something that's really, really handy. We are then going to utilize the special of, Frankie, actually. No, we needed the color affinity from Frankie. Oh, that's fine. It is what it is. We're just going to use this now. Ideally, the Frankie's 3-turn color affinity was what we wanted to carry into the final stage. But at the end of the day, it's really not a big of a deal. Frankie's also removing damage reduction, which is kind of cool. So you could probably do some fun stuff there. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're then going to use the special of Kuzan twice. Switch with Nami Karina. That's going to give us some good old-fashioned orbs. And as you can see, we have base stats, we have Chain Lock, and we have an attack boost on Carrot Wonder. Now, the idea here is to... Oh, I was meant to use Carrot Wonder special. Oh, that was stupid of me. I'm an idiot. Okay. I was meant to use Carrot Wonder special. God, I'm an idiot. Pause, 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 pause. Hopefully we don't die here. Don't do anything crazy. Increased damage taken. It's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. So we meant to use the Carrot Wonder special here. That's because we need to get around the... what's it called? We need to get around the resilience. So that was really stupid of me. So let's just do this. As you can see, we now have an orb buff, so that's a lot easier to kill there. And then the end of turn damage from Carrot and Wonder is going to get through that resilience. Very silly stuff. So this damage is going to be absolutely skewed. Ideally, you're going to want to probably switch into, or not even, just like not even use the switch ability and just use the Luffy special. That should work for Carrot getting an attack boost because she's a quick unit. And then you can get the color affinity of Frankie to carry over as well. So on the final stage, though, we're going to use the super type of Coby. That's going to give us a full border orbs. Really nice stuff. We can then use the Coby special. Once we have a territory live with Coby, he should remove the bind. Beautiful stuff. Then we want to be in the Karina form. So that way we can remove 6 turns of defense up and attack down and threshold. Really nice stuff. Then we have an orb buff there. Unfortunately, we are not going to get... You know what? We could actually do this. Oh, it doesn't give it to Frankie. That's annoying. Fair enough. Look, at the end of the day, we're going to have enough damage here by tapping with Coby. Wham bam, thank you, man. We're off to the races. Ideally, there you'll have color affinity, you have base stat, you'll have a chain lock as well. So the damage should be very, very good. I don't imagine you'll have any issues. But like I said, this team is very, very wonky and can get it done very, very nicely. As you can see, you do need a Coby friend captain. You do need some key supports, and you do really want to make sure you have that level 12 ship to help you guys out. So that was the fight against Kuzen. As I mentioned, we might slap on the little fight at the end there, but let's sort of fast forward until the mini-boss fights. And we'll meet back then. Alright, so stopped along the way by San Juan Wolf. Now, San Juan Wolf, we're using Kid as our captain. Now, I understand that, like, if you guys don't have Kid, then he's a newer character, Super Sugo Fest exclusive, all that fun stuff. You can basically just replace him with, like, Gear 5 would be work amazing. Just run Gear 5 6-star. I feel like Gear 5 6-star is going to be an exceptional unit to bypass this particular fight. We're using Kid with 4 shooters. That way we can actually get around the bind. But if you just bring any captain that can get around bind, you're going to be in a really good spot. Your sailors get special rewinded, so that's why Gear 5 is great. But look, if you don't have Kid, you could just run like Ace Yamato. They're not boosted, but like they're literally going to do almost exactly the same as what Kid is doing anyway. So it's up to you guys, however you want to rock it, however you want to roll it. I'm using Zoro as my wave clearer. I'm using Shirahoshi for full border rainbow slots. And then I'm just using Capone and Shinobu, as they are both boosted strength shooter characters. Literally the only reason I'm using them. Like, you can replace them with anyone you want. Like, it really doesn't matter. So, Kid is going to basically just take care of the entire final stage. He removes the damage reduction. He removes the defense up. He does a bunch of damage. Even though we get, what? There's no normal attacks only, though. So why didn't that do any damage? There we go. So bink one Kid, bink the second Kid, and then you're just off to the races with the encounter. So, really nice stuff. The second Kid is going to just, like, destroy the mob units. You might not kill San Juan Wolf, but you'll be absolutely fine there. You could probably throw in some supports to just get some cooldowns going, or, like, run a support, run a character that gives cooldowns later down the line if you want more damage. Obviously, we're going to need to implement that later on, because we are going to want to do a little bit more damage once we get to the higher nav levels. So, let's sort of get to the end here, and we'll see how we go. Alright, I don't care about using cards. I want to know what I get from the chest. Show me something juicy. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'll definitely take that. Some strength level limit break posters. Honestly, way better than like a 10 pinch healing tablets or some shit like that. Great for newer players, but honestly not so great for me. Let's dive into the mini boss fights now. Let's take on Alvaro PIZARO first. And the character that I'm actually using for this particular fight is Crocodile. Now, they recommend you using Hawkins. Hawkins is obviously a really, really good option for this particular fight. The problem is Hawkins is going to need to take 3 turns on the final stage. Well, at least from what I gather from what is written for the boss information. But with Crocodile, you actually don't need to worry about taking 3 turns. He does a 10% HP cut on the entry of every stage. So therefore, you can just basically cut the HP by 10%, and then you're going to kill. We are utilizing a Luffy character on this team, so we get the super type of Crocodile. I don't know if that's necessary, to be honest. You may not even need it. You could probably just go without it and then just skip that little cutscene. But look, the Dex Luffy, he's a bigger booster. I'm using Frankie for some Wano orbs on my Crocodile characters. You can use the Yamato character that I had in the video. Probably a little bit better if you are running Hawkins on this team, but I'm going to change this team a little bit later. So I wanted to sort of put the prep work in now. So as you can see, we have those 2 HP cuts, which is really, really nice. And then on the final stage, I'm just going to pop one of the Crocodile specials. That's going to give me an attack boost and a chain boundary. And with that, I should just be able to kill PIZARO here nice and simply. Now, PIZARO does have a death hit, so you do need to be above 80,000 HP. I brought the support of Mr. 3 just to tank some damage. As you can see, it went down to like, what, 23,000. So you shouldn't even need that support, to be honest. I can probably remove that, but I just put it there as a safety net in case my HP wasn't super high. Bring a ship that's going to give you lots of HP. That's going to work out really nicely, but as you can see, Crocodile is the wave there. Works just really, really well. On to Mr. Vasco shit now. We are utilizing Shanks and the Giants. Now, if you guys don't have Shanks and the Giants, as I mentioned in my video, you can just hard replace Shanks with any other captain, preferably a slasher unit, honestly, but any other slasher character that is going to remove despair. You have V1 Roger, you have Roger and Odin. They're both very, very good options. Hell, you could even run like 6+ Gear 5 if you really want to. Like that's going to cover you as well. But in terms of slasher options, the Rogers are going to be the best option. So we are using Hiyori. You can use the new Momo as well. He's another really good option for full board of Wano orbs at the start of the quest. We are using Hiyori on this particular team. She's going to give us a full board of Wano slots so we can carry them into the final stage thanks to our wave clearers of Vista and Izokiku. Izokiku are going to give us a chain lock as well. Very, very nice for this particular team. That way we can have the Giant special on the final stage giving us an attack boost, removing the burn, removing the special bind, and then if you need more damage later, you can utilize Shanks, and that way you are removing the territory as well. As you can see with Giants right now, I don't think we're going to need much more, but eventually we are, and that's where the Shanks special is going to come into play. So beautiful stuff there. Bring a friend Captain Shanks, honestly, if you're really struggling. Bring a friend Captain Giants if you're really struggling too. Like, you could definitely do some options there, but for myself, that's just sort of the best way to go. Giants take care of the burn, they take care of the special bind. You can bring other characters that can do that as well. They don't really need to be boosted. You just want them to get the cooldowns. On to the final mini-boss fight now. We're going up against Shiryu. And against Shiryu, I am using double Nami with Kid and Law. Now, hopefully, I'm pretty sure I worked it out in my head that Kid Law will get cooldowns. I'm using Shirahoshi here for a full board of rainbow slots. And then I have Zoro and Sanji. Now, the upside to Nami is she has the limit break ability that gives her cooldowns at the start of the quest. So even if she's not boosted, you are going to get her cooldowns pretty much ready to go, provided she is boosted on that particular stage, which for this fight, she definitely is. So for this stage, she's a wave clear on turn 1. Very, very nice stuff. You can use her to kill turn 1, and then we're going to use the Zoro to kill turn 2. Zoro is not only going to kill turn 2, but he's going to give us an orb buff carried into the final stage. And then with the Kid Law special, you can actually get an attack buff as well. Shiryu has a damage reduction buff and a defense up buff. So with Nami, you can get rid of the damage reduction. With Kid Law, you can set defense to 0. You have an attack down if you have any type orbs. That's why having the rainbow orbs is really, really good. You get paralysis and stun, which the support of Enel takes care of. You can use the pudding support as well on Sanji, or you can use Yamato with any of those samurai supports. That's going to take care of the stun as well. Garp as a friend captain's also a really good option, but look, I'm just utilizing double Nami here. I think it's just going to be way faster. And as you can see with Nami, Kid Law, the carrier of the orb buff, you have lots of buffs here. You can do some pretty nice things. So, love to see it. Super Tandem Nami still getting it done as always. Beautiful. Nice and fast too, actually. That was actually really, really good run. So, love that for us. Let's move on to the final boss fight now against Mr. Bizarro here himself. And let's test out the team that we put together in the prep video that looks a little bit like this. VB, just a straight flex spot. You can basically put any character you want there that is the highest possible booster. She's a 1.35 booster. That's why I have her on this team. You can move her off this team and use something else that's going to give you a little bit more damage, or it's going to just be a little bit more beneficial for your team. But for this team, I just threw her on. She's technically free to play. So this whole team technically is, besides some supports, but that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, I would highly recommend having Luffy Limit Break Expanded and level Limit Break 5. Everyone should have him level Limit Break 5 because he is like the starting character for everyone on their OPTC journey. But having him Limit Break Expanded obviously does require a little bit of investment, but I would highly recommend doing so if you actually have the materials. Honestly, even if you don't have the materials, get the materials. Like, I would highly recommend doing him. He's just absolutely fantastic. On turn 2, PIZARO has an intimidation for attack and all boost. He's immune to everything except defense down. He gives you a full bottle block orbs, and he binds your middle row. So this is why we have Kuzan on the bottom. Make sure you have Kuzan down the bottom slot. Kuzan is basically going to remove all of that very nasty bind. Ideally, you wouldn't have the VV special available to you, so I'm not going to use the VV special that's available to me. But what we are going to do here is we are going to use Beppo. Beppo is going to give us a color affinity buff here, which is really, really nice. We are basically just going to spam his special because we get a 99% HP cut anyway. I really want to just make sure I get the 3 turns of the color affinity buff, and then we can use the special of Coby to give ourselves a full border orbs through the block orbs like that. So once we've done that, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, thank you, Cobster, and then we can move on to the final stage. Coby gives you the end of turn healing, which is awesome, because like I said, you do get that 99% HP cut, and then when you move into the final stage, I believe you get that nice little cheeky heal there, which is really good. Now, once you hit this final stage, all healing is going to actually turn to damage. Very, very annoying. Now, you do get, like, 10 turns of despair, you get, like, 9 turns of attack down. It's very, very annoying. Upside to Beppo is he has a sailor ability. I totally forgot about his sailor ability that removes 1 turn of attack down, so you could probably use some other supports here. But literally just with actually Robin and... Oh no, you still need that lore special, I think, is pretty much going to cover that. We're going to use the Robin special. She's great at basically covering everything on this particular stage. She does the despair, she does the attack down, and she does the block orb manipulation, which is awesome. We can use the Luffy super type. That's going to give us a full border orbs, but most importantly, he's going to make Psi orbs into a higher multiplier. His special gives us an attack boost, and then Coby is going to set up a territory, which is great because now he removes the damage nullification, and he gives us an orb buff, which he is going to increase as well. We have the carryover of the chain lock from our boy Kuzan, and with that, we're going to say wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, to our good friend PIZARO. There you guys go. So that's going to wrap up the video. Actually, we might quickly dive in to the intrusion fight now with the other team that does utilize the Giants. So we might just quickly do that, and then we're going to wrap up the video because if you have the Giants, like I said, it does help out a great deal. But look, the teams worked absolutely great. The intrusion fight worked well, provided you run it correctly, not like I did because I'm a spoon, and that final boss team has plenty of damage in it, so it should work out pretty hunky-dory for you guys. But let's fast forward to the next intrusion fight, and then we can wrap up the video. Alright, so if you have the Giants, it's going to make the intrusion a little bit easier. So that's the team, those are the supports, let's dive on in. Now, if you guys don't have VV, but you have that chopper support you saw earlier, you can just throw the Brook support on Nami Karina, sorry, the chopper support on Nami Karina, and then the Brook support on Sanji. That's going to work out super hunky-dory, so really, really nice stuff. Now, Giants with the Markano support, as well as that Brook support, is basically just going to take care of stage 2 for you. That's the upside to this particular team compared to the previous team. The downside to this team is you don't really want those recovery orbs. Those recovery orbs could be a little bit of a nuisance. So Brook's going to take care of 2 turns of defense up. We're then going to use the special of the Giants to take care of the special bind. They also give end of turn damage, so you have to tap with them. And they can take care of their defense up thanks to Marco. We're then going to spam Beppo like 150 times with his triple special activation. He is going to give you 3 turns of color affinity, and he's going to remove all the damage reduction, which is really, really cool. We're then going to switch with Nami Karina. That's going to give us a bunch of G orbs. Ideally, we want to keep those G orbs. So what we're going to do now, I think that's everything that we needed to do. I believe so. We're going to go like this. And then if we tap with Luffy, he should have plenty of damage to actually get the kill there. So once we do that, the end of turn damage from the Giants will take care of the resilience. And then we can move on to the final section. Remember, you do want to have a ship that has 1 turn of bind removal. I cannot stress that enough. With the A support giving you 4 turns and then Coby removing the 6, you are going to be covered. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot remove bind on this final stage. If you remove bind at all or recover bind, the enemy is going to give you despair. It's very, very annoying. It's a stupid mechanic, but with Coby, you can get around this because Coby is actually going to bypass it by utilizing his captain ability. If you use his super type, he's going to rotate the block orbs. Then you can use his special to put up the fighter territory. When you put up a territory, it triggers a part of his captain that removes 6 turns of special bind and 6 turns of regular bind. So that won't trigger the interrupt. It works out super nice. We're then going to use the special of Luffy here. He's going to give us an attack buff. His super type gives us a bit more damage for Psy Orbs, which he is going to have. Then we can switch back into Karina. Karina is going to give us the defense up, threshold, and attack down removal. And then if you want to, you can use this Sanji here. Sanji's really not going to do anything. I think he's going to, like, just, yeah, increase the... He literally doesn't do anything. Like, he's just here. Later down the line, we can swap him out for a chain boundary unit, the free-to-play Sanji, but this particular comp is going to have more points in it by the extra 0.05 rather than the 1.2. So that's the other intrusion team. Both of them work great. All the teams work fine. Hopefully it helps you guys out. It's a doozy as a treasure map. I know it's annoying. I know it's crap, and I know we hate it, but hopefully these teams did help you out in some way. If it did, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Boots!